Had the wonderful moment after moving into our house. I was like, I can do whatever I want in this basement. I can just be a real weirdo.
I was gonna say absolutely everything that room being green is like the most genius idea I've ever seen.
Hi, my name is Geoff. You're here with me and a guest today to talk about Extra Life, and more specifically, what I aim to do on Saturday, November 2nd, 2024, in my fourth year of Extra Life, presenting the second annual Ghostnola Industries Cardio Souls Charity Variation Guaranteed World Record attempt. But first, it's Max.
What is Extra Life? Extra Life is a program of Children's Miracle Network hospitals with over 50,000 participants. Since its inception in 2008, Extra Lifers from across the globe have raised more than $100 million for local member children's hospitals. Money raised through Extra Life supports member children's hospitals, funding critical treatments or pediatric medical equipment, making sure that hospitals can provide charitable care to those in need, specialized services not covered by insurance. The money Geoff is raising this year is going towards his local Children's Miracle Network hospital, Children's Specialized Hospital in Mountainside, New Jersey. Children's Specialized Hospital is the preeminent provider of rehabilitation healthcare services for children with special needs, serving children affected by brain injury, spinal cord injury, premature birth, autism, developmental delays, and life-changing illnesses. Every dollar you give helps provide life-saving care to children in need. Thanks for your donations, and now back to the show. Take it away, Geoff.
Hey, thanks, Max. With all of that out of the way, let us now officially welcome Ryyudo of twitch.tv/RYYUDO. In case you don't know about Ryyudo, well, Ryyudo is a variety streamer. The January 2nd, 2024 winner of the Boix. This Twitch page is cooler than Johnny Award. Okay, awards mean something. I don't want to give the wrong one. The I fucked up guy, former FGC commentator, a memer with some bangers, and, as I believe I may be correct, exercise enthusiast.
Correct.
Okay. You know, we can kind of smell our own.
Right. I mean, there's nothing like getting up early in the morning, as you know, some of us exercise folks like to do, and turn on Twitch and see a pair of feet ethereally hanging off to the left of the page, and some Dark Souls person just kind of rolling around doing some stuff as well. I don't really care about the results at that point. I just care that you're getting your steps in, and you're up to, like, last time I looked, you're like 6,000, I think, or something like that. 8,000 maybe.
It's getting to be about 7,000 for an hour, which we did do some bets last year, which we can probably get to later if I remember, and maybe I will. Yeah, today, if it depends on how the body's feeling, I try to mix it up. Cross training, varying up is important. You know, we got our cardio, we got our weights. Today I went out running. It's my first street running since the beginning of the month. I think I slept weird. I got to work. I started having back spasms, so I came home. I left early. I said, you know, I got my days. I'm taking a day. I'm just gonna lay on a heating pad, and it's doing better. But part of that is age, and we'll get to my age later, because that is an important part of this whole thing, which is good, because Ryyudo, I believe you are someone who goofs for good, and more serious ones as well. It seems like a prime time to chat about what madness you have got going on this time around.
That's right. Yes. And I'm glad to be here and among the first to hear about what the heck you have going on this time. And it sounds already very promising.
Well, you know, I would like to thank you for providing me what I think now, with this being the 6th, 7th video. It's hard to keep track. Age, lots of concussions, time of day, you know, the brain's a little muddy. But my favorite summation of both Extra Life and Dark Souls, you claimed that they are both a special time where a multitude of hard-hearted friends and streamers, and usually both, come together to do the funniest streams I have seen for my charity, entertainment.
Yes, exactly. Look, if I'm able to come out of this having a great time, getting to watch other people figure out, well, what goofs and gaffs get people out there who need any sort of help whatsoever, that help just by a little bit, I think we all win to a certain degree there. That's just my opinion, but it's all fantastic.
I think that's absolutely correct. Kind of, oh, the genesis of all of this was, I'm very dumb and have no problem doing things that I know are very bad for me. But also, I've kind
Mm-hmm.
of reached the point in my life where, I want to kind of do some good things, as I said, previously before we started recording. I used to be a teacher. That was kind of my good work for the world. I was a lifelong youth worker since I was 12. So it's just kind of how can I help? So Extra Life being a thing that helps the kids, it seemed kind of a natural fit. And people on the internet, they like someone who will debase themselves. They like Dark Souls. Why not combine the two?
Exactly. I mean, Dark Souls is already a debasing simulator anyway in the first place. But if you can add a little bit extra sauce to that, the entire way is super good. And it's like, even thinking back to like a previous one that I've done, where it's like, well, I'm working with like this charity and everything like that, and I need to come with like, that, well, I'm very stupid ideas. Well, let's start it off very easy. It'll be no problem. I'm just gonna like make some bean soup where I take some of those, every flavored beans and I put them into hot water and I just take a nice little mouthful of that. That might have been one of the worst and dumbest ideas I have ever done. That tastes so bad. And since I cook a lot and I'm very sensitive to like a lot of like taste and smell aspects, I put that in my mouth and just like all the bad bean flavors like nasaled out from within. And there was no escaping it for so long. And it's just like, God, I am freaking stupid. And I have to do it again later in the same marathon too. There's no backing out now.
Yeah, we'll see how long I subjected myself to this. So I know. Let's I guess get a little bit looping back to the task at hand. I know you're aware of international phenomenon Soul Softs, but what is your direct experience with them? If you could kind of fill me in.
My direct experience is literally just watching other people. I have a whole gimmick on my stream where it's like I've tried Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls 1 once. I didn't make it very far. I couldn't find the love in the game. Whatever. Not every game is made for you type of thing. But I like watching other people succeed at the game or, at least try at the game and everything like that. So I'm kind of, a tertiary experience for Dark Souls as a whole. And there's a running gag on the stream as well that's like, I'm just never going to play this on stream, no matter how many people want to ask or anything that sort of stuff.
I'm sorry to interrupt. We have a special guest. Tuna has finally decided to grace us with his presence on a recording. Tuna, how are you doing?
Fantastic.
I hope we get those purrs.
Yeah.
So this is Tuna, good old 15 poundy.
Yes.
My nice little rag doll. Just likes to hang out. I know. You're wonderful.
I know. Yeah. Oh, so cute. But yeah. So it's like I have a running gag on my stream that's just like I'll play a Dark Souls. $2,000 flat rate. That's it. All you have to do is give me $2,000. That's it. No problem. So that is safely and successfully prevented me from playing Dark Souls for anyone's entertainment at this point. That whole charity thing that we were talking about.
My entry was kind of the same. I started just watching. Unfortunately, I started watching speed runs. And I watched enough that I knew how to get the things early, but I had no idea what to do with them. So after bouncing real hard off the game, I put it aside for several years. And my good friend Skippy that we do stuff with, he gave me one bit of advice that has now launched me into thousands of hours of Dark Souls across various platforms, which is sword and board. Sword and board. 100% block shield, take the blow, return the blow. That's it. And that cracked it for me, and now this is my life.
Honestly, that makes a lot of sense. As someone who's played through Monster Hunter 1, I played previous, or I guess say more current Monster Hunters, and I just want to use the same weapon I was using there, the Great Sword. Big, giant sword, that's what it does. If you want to block something, you take big, giant sword, you put it in front of you. It doesn't seem to work great, but I've never touched anything else, so I don't know by comparison of what I should be doing the entire time. And so finished the game. It took me a long time. Went ahead. I'm like, well, let me go ahead and see what a speed run for this game looks like. And like he said, sword and board, just block the hit, give back the hit. And that's all they did the game. And it's like, that's the first weapon they give you. It was very obvious. That's what they wanted you to do, not go off to some weird weapon land and try to struggle this entire game. So that, once again, I am very stupid as well. I feel you.
We're kind of getting to the final push. When this actually comes out, we should be, only a few weeks away from Saturday, November 2nd, 2024, which is the event we need to talk about. Cardio Souls, or how I have decided to spend one day a year physically assaulting my own body in the name of charity while playing a video game using cardiovascular equipment. Like any game, there's rules. So I feel this is an opportune time to go over the rules. If you need any clarification, or you have comments, or you just need to stop and laugh, please interrupt, because you should. None of this is choices a reasonable person makes.
All right, I'm ready. Hand it over.
All right, as you've mentioned, seeing the floating feet while playing the game, I must be using a stair stepper as my cardio machine of choice. We have had to upgrade last year. Just had, the $60 Sunbeam special from Amazon. That still works. It's still good. Yeah. There is some burn marks. I had a Teflon washer disintegrate during it. That smelled awesome. But that's still fine. I've since blown through 2 replacement ones that were supposed to be more heavy duty, having the hydraulic cylinder fail. I now have the one I currently use, which we've kitted out a bit. I have 220 millimeter computer fans behind it, just doing some air cooling, and that seems to help. I think
all right.
Down the line, I might have to reach out to some, real serious cosplayers that do the water cooling loops and maybe get some of that on there. But I think we are stable. I'm definitely going to buy a backup. Because it's very likely I will break something that is not myself. Although there is a good chance I will break myself. Which, hey, moving on. How can I help myself not break myself? Unless a cutscene is playing, I need to be moving. Not a lot of cutscenes in Dark Souls, but enough to just let me steady myself when/if I need it. And we'll get to an important steadying mechanic that's probably going to happen this year in a moment. All glitches are valid, thankfully, because there's a lot in Dark Souls.
Actually, I do have a semi question.
Sure.
All right, so on cutscenes, just because I'm very outside looking in for Dark Souls, so this might be a non-point, but if I remember correctly, you get for like a boss, you get like the first time you get a cutscene, but the following times you do not get cutscenes, correct?
Correct.
A one-time break. All right, had to check that to be sure. Okay, go on.
And last year was pretty good. It was a 2-death run.
Oh wow.
Yeah, one, I fell into a pit going into the crystal cave where the big dragon is. Not on the invisible blocks. I just wasn't paying attention. And then the second one was I had to fight the final boss twice. The first time in, I forgot, and you'll understand why my brain was a little, I forgot to do one important task so that I could bring everyone's favorite Solaire in, so he would act as bait, so it would be an easier fight for me. So I had to come back in a second time and really stack the odds in my favor. You do what you got to do to win these games.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so kind of part of the issue here. As soon as I defeat a boss, there is a user-submitted donation-based alcoholic beverage queue providing me with a drink that I must immediately consume.
Ooh.
Last year, we had 15 beverages. Would you like to hear them?
I would love to hear them and wince at every single one, probably.
All right. So, number 1, Malort.
Number 1, Malort. The first drink of the entire session.
Yeah.
All right. That's obviously a blow for maybe the future ones. Maybe.
Yeah, we are. I am part of a team. We are Team Malorts. My team leader Chris is a Chicago gal, so it's thematically appropriate.
Honestly, I showed Malort because, as a once fighting game person, a lot of tournaments in Chicago. Yeah. So every time you go to Chicago, you have to get Malort and stuff like that. Just never came around to it. But I showed my wife for the first time. There was a place that opened up, and the bartender is from Chicago. Brought Malort in. She tried it out. She unironically likes it. Yeah. And I had to buy her some Malort when I last went to Chicago. Back to her, I'm like, well, here's my travel gift to you. Here's some Malort. Please enjoy. She hasn't used it for anything yet, but she wants to actually like craft a cocktail out of it.
Well, good news about Malort. They'll ship it to you. I had to. Yeah,
Ooh.
I have 2 bottles waiting for this year, unopened.
Oh, that would be
yeah, it'll be a good one for me. Drink number 2 and 3, more Malort.
good. Excellent.
And again, while I'm exercising.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. You got to breathe through your mouth at some point there.
Now it is you do get to stop to drink. That wasn't mentioned, but the people are paying me to drink these foul things. So really to give them, what they have donated for charity for the kids, I stopped to get it in and then resume stepping. So I feel like that's a valid pause.
You would rather keep stepping. If you would rather keep stepping instead of like drinking the drink, then the drink is doing its job basically.
Yeah. They I don't think you necessarily want to pay me to pour shots of Malort on me. That's maybe another stream for another person.
On another platform.
Yes,
entirely.
yes. Probably not Twitch. Number 4, a Coke Zero.
I mean, I think I don't like soda products in the first place, but man, a Coke Zero on top of that. Well, as your fourth hydration.
Yeah. Oh, it was a cherry Coke Zero too. Sorry.
Oh, okay, a little better.
It balancing out the grapefruit of Malort, and Malort. My experience with it, a buddy sent me a gag gift of it for Christmas in a group gift exchange, and people knew I had it, so it became a thing during this marathon. It reminds me of when I was 19 and I decided I really needed to get healthy, so I started forcing myself to drink, non-sugared grapefruit juice, and just that. Oh, it's good for me. It's good for me.
It's not where I was expecting that to go. I think it's like non-sugar sodas or something like that. No, non-sugar grapefruit juice.
Yeah, just pure, not cutting it. Just, yeah.
Okay.
You get ideas in your life.
Yeah.
Just ideas. I'm not judging them. Just, you get ideas.
Yeah. The brain's working. It might not be working to a certain good direction, but it's working at least.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. Drink 5. Back to Malort.
Out of curiosity, at this level of point, as far as you can remember, how did you feel about Malort before you started and at this point?
So I have a thing with those Cadbury chocolate Easter eggs, the tiny candy coated ones. I love them.
Yeah.
I'm also a glutton, so I have to stay away from them. When I was, in that late teen, early 20s time frame where you realize I can buy all the candy I want and nobody can stop me.
That's right.
It's rough. I definitely would buy and eat like 4 of those little bags of them. And by the time I'm starting the second one, it's like Homer and the Insanity Peppers. I'm just coated and I'm just forcing them in. And I'm not really tasting it. I'm not really enjoying it. I know something's happening, but I'm nonplussed. And that's kind of what, the 3 Malorts in a row, followed by the Cherry Coke Zero. Once I got that 4th Malort, it's all kind of dull.
Right. It's like speaking of early 20s, it's like starting off your night with like a shot of something very strong, like Fireball or something like that. So the rest of it kind of you're like less, bothered by whatever you drink for the rest of the night too. So it's probably hitting that level. That does make sense.
Yeah. So I didn't just mention Homer and the Insanity Pepper for yucks. As a former teacher, I'd always, zing my kids. It's all going someplace. Drink 6. Carolina Reaper rum. It's spicy.
Well, glad they got that part down.
It's spicy rum, my friend.
Yeah.
Give me the hiccups.
Oh God. Okay. Was that level of spicy? I was gonna say how hot is it? Yeah.
It
turns out you put something in alcohol, it contains and preserves very well.
Yeah. My wife used to infuse her own vodkas when we first started dating, so I'm familiar with, you can turn anything into, a hard liquor if you want to. And yeah, they did it. They sure did.
Can't say good on them, but they sure did it.
Wonderful. Number 7, my favorite, the Big Wave beer. It's just a nice beer.
Okay.
Kona Brewing, just a golden ale.
Yeah, okay, that's what it is. I'm like, that sounds familiar. Yeah, Kono. Okay.
The big wave usually I have my extra life incentives. If you catch the streams, just hey, you donate. I just got to pound a big wave. Twist
Mhm.
my arm, why don't you?
Yeah, exactly. And at that point as well, how soon was that after the Carolina Reaper?
Pretty quick because part of this is you want to go fast to not be doing this anymore. But the
Right.
faster you go, the more bosses you fight, and then your drinks are kind of piling up on you. So you're trying to balance, can I sweat this out? Can I let time elapse? How bad was the last thing? Do I know what the next thing is?
Right,
There's
right.
a lot of just mental calculus happening. It's just like a really annoying linear algebra equation, I suppose. We're just doing some matrix multiplication. Yeah.
It's all ironically adding up.
Yeah. Number 8 was a nice one. My good friend, the famous monster. I said, some of them are I will call somebody and say, hey, give me a drink. So it was
Oh,
an old fashioned using Cherry Coke Zero.
yeah, you know what? That sounds pretty cromulent.
Yeah, it was good. It was perfectly cromulent.
Yeah.
I had one of my team members in an earlier one, and she's a marathon runner. My good friend Karen,
Oh.
and she said, I'm getting a little concerned. There's just hard liquor and soda, and where's I was like number 9 ice water. My friend Donnie. Now I didn't say it had to all be alcohol.
That's
It was
true.
kind of implied, but Donnie, being smart, said just please drink a pint of water.
And you probably couldn't have been happier for that.
Oh, so good. It was so good. It was so good. I mean, I feel like it is within the realm of acceptable that if I want an ice water, I can just get one. But there's kind of a certain point like I'm locked in. I just need to
Right,
get
exactly.
Okay, so number 10, another big wave, and that led
Okay.
to the only break I took.
All right.
I took a break before the Bed of Chaos, which, if you don't recall off the top of your head, that's the boss nobody likes in the game. That's the boss that Miyazaki has apologized for.
Oh, wow.
It's
okay.
the puzzle boss. So it's a sentient
yes.
tree,
Mhm.
and there's 2 pods on either side, and you pop a pod, and then you go around to pop the other pod. But now the floor starts falling away on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thankfully, I've learned a trick that you can just say no, thank you. They call it the Toki bombs. It's wonderful, but I wasn't doing it that way. I was cheatering a little bit. So one of the hot moves is if you pop a pod, you can quit back to the menu, you reload in, you're outside the boss arena. But they realized that boss was bad, so they save progress. So you can do that twice, and then the third time, congratulations, you got to run down the middle to get to the boss. But surprise again, now that floor drops, and there's like a little twisty tree branch path you need to land on. And, the boss now is all alive and crazy, so it's swinging its arms at you, and it's throwing fire, and it tends to knock you off. So usually I'll get it in one, or I got like half a dozen tries. So this incentive milestone was called Pain Mode. And you as a workout guy are probably familiar with weighted vests.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. So I have a weighted vest that has, I believe 24 little holsters in it for bricks. Thankfully, I only have 10 of the 3-pound bricks, but I said every time I die, I will add another brick to the vest. First try.
Oh, good.
First try.
Nice.
First try.
Save yourself.
Yeah. So I demanded another big wave.
Yeah.
I said, I don't care what the queue is, fork that over. So kind of with timing, kind of looping back to what I've alluded to earlier with steadying myself, this year pain mode's different. This year pain mode is I start off with all of the weight in the vest. So that's 30 pounds. I have 2 ankle weights. So that's another 10 pounds. And I have some weighted gloves. So that's another 2 pounds, which, hey, how bad could a pound be? Well, holding the controller up, it, kind of gets to you. If you've ever done, the exercises with the dumbbells, or you're trying to fully extend, it's tough.
There's a reason why you see in every Kung Fu movie while they're just doing this.
Yeah.
That is the exercise. That is it. That's why you see punishment in old schools, because they're holding it like this.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah, it's not the most fun. So this year pain mode is I start off with the weights on, and every time I beat a boss, I get to take weight off of me. I did a practice stream of that. I was sober. I was not drinking during it, and it sucks. It's real bad. I'm gonna hate it. I'm gonna hate it a lot. And, I'm going to be rushing down bosses to just get all this weight off of me. But as you're already thinking, well, now I'm just really slamming down shots and drinks and whatever's in the queue. So this year's going to be really good for me. If we hit 2 grand before the stream starts, I will start with it on. If we hit 2 grand while it happens, then I have to stop and put it on. So I could really get in a bad way. Dependent upon, how close I am to victory, where, okay, do I want to just suck this up and deal with having this weight on me until the end, or do I want to try and get it off and then go back? I had to really think that one out when that happens. Ooh, drink 12's a good one. A hot Dr. Pepper with Malort.
I was gonna say hot Dr. Pepper, and then you said with Malort.
It worked. It works.
I was gonna say it almost feels like it could work in a real sick way.
The Dr. Pepper, sense whatever's, it actually, the spices in it worked very well with the Malort. Oddly enough, despite this probably being our 5.5 or 6, a warm beverage wasn't that bad.
I'm sure the sugars probably helped a little bit more than anything else.
I think kind of that little stimulant was nice. And I think people were kind of noticing and taking pity on me, because at this point, the next 2 drinks were just drink a pint of ice water.
Yeah. That's nice of them.
And we finished off with Gwyn. I did a 2-drink special, which is kind of going to a milestone that I believe we've met for this year already. I drank a bid wave and another pint of water. This year, once I beat Gwyn and end the game, I do have to Stone Cold Steve Austin 2 beers.
Okay, that's incredible. We're worried about spilling Malort on yourself. You just got to do it 2 beers anyway. You got it.
It's the ends. We'll have, it's harp to throw down over the computer stuff. I live here. I can make whatever mess I want.
Exactly. Speaking of being an adult and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm just on the hook to the bank for this mortgage until I'm dead. Whatever. I might as well spill some beer.
Yeah, they're not going to watch the stream. And if they do, hi, bank.
Yeah, hey, thanks.
What are you going to do, stop me?
Why aren't you donating to charity? You can write it off on your taxes.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And maybe someone will like you out there.
Banks got a bad reputation. They do. So going back to pain mode, to beat the game, there's upwards of 26 bosses you can beat. About a baker's dozen is your normal one. As I mentioned, with 15 drinks, we beat 15 bosses. So, I could keep to the 15 plus do those extras to get all those weights off. Probably if somebody donates enough, I'd be willing to do that. Who can say? But most importantly, this is a granola percent run. If you're not familiar with that, it means that it's automatically validated. We can adjust on the fly to really give people the bang for their charitable bucks. Granola percent is good old Skippy Granola's special category of, I'm playing a game. It has ceased being fun. I'm going to do whatever I have to do to make it fun and get through this. Which I think is the most appropriate for this terrible thing I'm going to do to myself.
Yeah, I would attest to that.
Yeah. And, I've seen speedruns do this in 7 minutes. We were about 6.5, 7 hours last year. I think we can clock in at about the same. Having the rules run down, the drinks run down, some additional bad incentives and milestones coming to me. Do you have any additional questions or comments about the run as it stands?
Are you okay as a person?
Well, I'm sprinting past midlife. I'm turning, oh geez, what am I going to be? 42 this year.
Nice.
I played a lot of town youth sports as a kid. When I played football, I was a lineman, broke my back. That was cool. Didn't know it. It's a common injury. I found out in my 20s when I slipped a disc and got an x-ray.
Oh.
And he goes, hey, you broke your back. And I go, no, it's healed. But that's why your disc slipped. Yeah, I was a baseball catcher, so my knees are pretty good like that. I wear some heavy knee braces, when I do things. I did amateur wrestling. I washed
Oh.
out of pro wrestling school. You know, I've done a lot of activities.
Yeah, I would say I'm pretty impressed with that resume of yours.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And I try to, I try to stay fit. You know, I get as you've seen, my hour-ish of cardio, at least 3-4 times a week. Try and mix in the weights on the others, or just stretching, because I still got to do the PT every morning for my wonderful back, which was spasming today. Yeah. So I think I'm okay. I think I'm going to be all right. Compression hose is a thing. I make sure to put it on. You don't want shin splints or, calf screaming at you while you're stair stepping for 7 hours straight.
Yeah, that, as someone who plays rhythm games or dance rhythm games, that's, if you're out of practice, that thing shoots up your shins like crazy. So glad you're at least prepared in that regard too.
Yeah. All right. So I mentioned we're getting real close. So I would like to do something different. Congratulations. You're the first guest I'm doing this with. I want to talk about booze with you.
Ah, yes.
All right. So we also have, for the donations, the Wheel of the Worst Drinks, a Red Letter Media ripoff. I'll good borrow, great steal, neither here nor there, but I'll cite my sources if I remember. So you can donate, and I will spin a wheel. I went to Wheel Decide. I set it up. It's not as nice as the wonderful wheel that Smite has on Arcade Pit, but think similar to that, right? There's some action. I got production values. I would like your reaction to 3 past winners from the wheel.
All right.
I've put them in my body. They come from good old Coach McGurk from the Home Movies episode where he tried to become a bartender.
All right. I am so ready for this.
If you're not familiar, I recommend you just type Coach McGurk bartender into YouTube on your own time. You'll enjoy it. It's nice. So, drink number 1, the yeast infection. The yeast infection is rum and milk. Now, my wife is a very good sport. She is very encouraging, but she will draw the line when a line needs to be drawn, and I respect that. And she said, it is not going to be a dairy milk. You have to use a nut milk. So we used oat milk.
All right.
And that's fair.
That's fair.
Right? You cannot drink something will make you throw up. That is unreasonable. Again, not that sort of stream, not that sort of platform.
That's right. Yeah. We're keeping y'all safe out here. We're doing this for you, the people.
Yeah, I will drink gross things, but they're staying in. Just staying in. The Dirty Frenchman. Wine with olive juice. We used red wine. Olive juice, meaning we opened a can of black olives and I just poured that off into it.
Oh, black olives. I was going to ask, what kind of olives? That might be almost okay. No, black olives is a little too much, even for me. Even for me, I hate black olives. What am I talking about?
The salt, though, it was just like a salty drink. It was kind of good.
Okay. So it came through. Well, God, but with wine, though, and salt at the same time, you're going to shrivel up so hard.
Another drink. Whiskey, hot Chinese mustard, ice, milk, once again, oat milk, parsley, and a pimento.
I know it's going to sound messed up.
Yeah.
But that sounds kind of good.
It was the best one. No, it's really good.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, it's really, like the hot mustard is, it's, you taste it and you're like, I really don't mind this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we went to a bar recently out in Arizona, Platform 34 or something like that. I can't remember the name of it now, but they put you into they have a bunch of quote unquote windows, and it feels like you're on a train and stuff like that, going across the New York skyline. It's very cute, very pretty, and sort of stuff. But they have a whole 3/4 of their menu are savory cocktails, and after that, that changed my opinion. Wow, you can really do a lot with savory cocktails, and I've been missing out. This is a me problem. I'm always trying to go for sweet ones. I have a big sweet tooth, and so I hear that I'm like, I don't know if it was a result of that or if it legitimately does sound good, but I'm kind of saying I think I would try that, and I might actually like it. But like you said, it's the best of all of them so far.
Yeah. We have 2 that have been on the wheel that have never come up, and I like them a lot. I'm always pulling for these, so I really, really want your take on them. All right. Number 1, the Rhonda Jeremy. So a dear old roommate, this was a drink that he told me him and his college roommate used to drink all the time. It started as a joke, one of those "I dare you to drink this" things, and then they said, "But it's pretty good," and they kept with it. Now I've never drank it because I feel like I need the pure reaction to happen on stream. Old Granddad whiskey and Ovaltine.
I can see it. I'm not gonna lie. I can see that being actually really good.
Yeah. Like I'm a gasoline whiskey guy, you know, like when I order whiskey at the bar, I just, you know, give me the cheap stuff. I'll take the rail. So I feel like, yeah, that could be a thing.
I can see that being good. I hope it spins for the sake of curiosity. Otherwise, I might have to make it.
I mean, I'm also, I know I have, you know, donation incentives where it's just drink this cocktail.
True,
so like,
true.
you know, I'm putting out there these items we have that somebody could just request and damn, I guess I'd have to make it and drink it. It'd be terrible.
Yeah. Anyone
for the
could
kids.
Request that. Yeah,
it's tax deductible.
Yeah.
Why would you let the rich people get stuff written off on their taxes when you could do it for a very reasonable price?
And actually get direct entertainment and good feels from someone that you either know or closer to know than you would ever want to know, you know, your Elon Musk or whatever.
And unlike last year, we are, as you know, you can see, we have the setup going in the basement. Yeah, I'll be on. It's not going to just be feats. I'll be on the cam. I feel like, especially with the weights and everything, I got to go for it. So it's going to be, we got that. We got the peanut gallery. There's some old theater seats we have. So real Statler and Waldorf vibe is going to be happening. If you didn't watch our Malordio party stream, we already did for Raising Money. Check that one out. We got basically that setup, but I'm going to be playing Dark Souls and on the Stair Stepper. Yeah.
I'm jazzed for that.
It's a cocktail I made when I lived up in Maine. I like to call it the Hateful Highball. Equal parts whiskey, orange juice, and grapefruit juice over ice.
I think I would like it actually if we cut down the orange, like if we floated like an orange juice on there. I don't think if you equal parts, like, oh, that seems like that's too acidic for that drink at that point. I guess that's what makes it hateful, though.
Yeah. I've also done it with, you know, 2 parts of the juice to the whiskey to kind of thin it out a bit, you know, depending upon how much ice you have. But that's largely the gist of it. It's been pretty good. So we talked about getting back into rhythm games, and we both know somebody who's getting back into rhythm games. That's Ilyan. And that's Ilyan was on. And, you know, Ilyan, I guess, is now my new mortal enemy. Well, no. The drink Ilyan created is my new mortal enemy.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
It's the Malort Pickleback. So if you're seeing the Ilyan special on the donations you can make, somebody purchased one. So I have to do one of them. My latchkey kid snack every day coming home was a jar of baby gherkin pickles. That's what I had. So like I've had all the pickles I need to eat in my life, man. I'm good on pickles. But I went to go to a concert when I first moved up to Maine, and I went to the bar to get, you know, some whiskey shots for my friends. And I had this long diatribe with the bartender who's trying to get me to do a pickleback. And I was like, what on earth is that? And they explained it to me, and I thought that it was just one of those, like, somebody called them up, you got to help me out. I got all these pickles. I don't know what to do with them. And I figured they're just pouring off the brine, right, into shots to mess with people. And I remember I told my wife that story when I first met her. She's like, no, that's the thing. I like them. They're good. I was like, I love you, but what's wrong with you?
I thought we were supposed to know everything about each other, not have any secrets between us, but why would you hide this from me?
Yeah, so I'm going to do that. That's one there. And since you were equally as enthusiastic as he was about sitting in to do this, I think I need to give you a chance to be a friend or an enemy. I would like to look with you at what I have hanging around the house and really do something special. So let's talk about what's on this bar cart that's just off frame.
Yes, bring it in.
Yes, we have mixers and we have spirits. What would you like to hear about first?
Give me the spirits first.
Sure. Svedka mango pineapple vodka.
All right.
This was a gift given to my wife as part of her, you know, bridal party badoober when we were getting married. So just about 6 years old now. It's very full.
Okay, that was a great question. Yeah.
I've drank it. I've made cocktails with it. Like, it works with some stuff, but maybe we could we should find something to do with it. There's a lot of it, and it's a very big bottle.
I think I can even hear like the swishing of the liquid from here.
Yeah, there's a lot. Of course, we have Malort. Now, this one's nearly empty.
Yeah.
Don't worry. As I said, there were 2 unopened bottles upstairs. We're good on Malort. I'll be fine. I could do 26 shots of Malort. I do not want to do 26 shots of Malort, but I could. But I could for the stream. I could do it.
Right.
I have enough Malort to drink 26 of them. Also, the unofficial rule that a lot of the peanut gallery don't know, which is good because a lot of them aren't watching these videos, if I can no-hit a boss, they also have to take the drink with me.
Oh, let's go. That's so good.
Yeah. So, Ilyan agreed to sit in at one point, and I'm hoping that we're both going to be doing some Malort picklebacks together. Discord sitting in, I'm counting as sitting in for this one, especially if you're going to set me up so wonderful.
I think that counts.
Yeah.
I'll do one in spirit for you.
Oh, mezcal.
Oh, yeah. It's almost empty for a reason as well, because
my wife, makes a nice cocktail.
Yep. Same with mine.
Gin.
Yeah. Just straight up dry gin.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I guess a spirit, but also you could argue it's a mixer. Cointreau.
Oh, chow. Yeah. I'm like, I can nose that ball from his back no matter what.
The Raleigh Reaper rum.
Oh,
There's still a nice amount of it.
Ooh, I'm just hurting looking at damn thing.
It's got a pungent smell. Yeah, it's
Ooh.
tasted in my throat from that one.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, yes, wonderful. Just grapefruit chuhai.
Oh, yeah.
I got a reasonable amount left, but I could always buy more.
Right. Oh no, I have to buy more chuhai.
Oh, that'd be terrible. Oh, two more.
Right.
Oh, I lied. 3 more. I forgot about the worst one. Whiskey. Just the dregs of a bottle. We got more. We'll buy more.
Oh, okay.
We were given a nice bottle of
whiskey?
Johnny
That'd be
Green
great.
by my mother-in-law, who is a wonderful person. But sometimes she holds on to stuff for too long, and we went to pop the bottle, and the cork disintegrated. So
we have one of those too.
we poured it through a strainer, and we put it into a decanter, so it looked really nice. But, there's always a little piece of something, so it was always just that. But it's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're familiar with this. Mr. Black cold brew coffee liqueur. Love Mr. Black.
Very familiar.
Okay.
Yes, love Mr. Black.
And my friend of friends. My friend, are you familiar with Baiju?
I am very directly familiar from the source of knowing Baiju.
All right. Yeah. As I mentioned, gasoline whiskey guy. When I started dating my wife, I mentioned that she also is a whiskey gal, and she told me, as she is also of the Chinese persuasion, about Baiju, which she said, tastes like trash, smells like fire. She's not wrong. I bought, a bottle. I like the Muay Thai Prince. That's what I drink.
Okay.
And one of her cousins was trying to tell us about the good brands, and she cut her off like, "There's no good. What are you talking about?" So I drink this. This was the beverage I had my groomsmen drink before we went in. Skippy, who was visiting from Canada for my wedding, said he walked into the room and said, "Boys, who's spraying brake cleaner around?" Which really, there was always that. What's that scent? I can't quite place it.
Right.
Brake cleaner. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I was drinking shots of it, just, like you drink shots. The family, when, I go to events, they're amused by the white boy that drinks the Baiju. And I got to talking, and they go, "You what?" I was like, "Yeah, shot glass, go sip it." Like, no. If you've ever been to a bar that kind of does the cheap shots, where they're like a little thimble size, that's what you pour it into, because it's really more of like a ceremonial after dinner thing. Not as extreme as like if you're with some proper Russians, right? You pop open the vodka, we drink it all. Them, but smaller sippies. It's little sips.
Right. Coat the tongue a little bit, and that's it.
Yeah, not drink, your 1.5, 2 ounce shot, dude.
You're just proving how strong and ready you were to enter this relationship, body, mind, and soul with the entire family. That's how it works, right?
Yeah, I have a coworker who is an exchange student, and when I was explaining how I did that, she didn't want to insult me, which I really appreciate, but I would have laughed. It's just like, it's very good medicinally. It's got, it's good for the spirit. It's like, I know. Thank you. I know I was being dumb. I know I did a dumb thing, but thank you. You're kind.
Yeah. Shout out to that exchange student. Just thank you for keeping my ego intact here. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So that's our spirits.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So mixers. We got we got some cold brew coffee.
Oh.
We got sparkling seltzer.
Okay. Turns out I actually hate Canada Dry, so
Interesting.
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar Cream Soda.
Is that
it says Dr.
good?
Pepper and cream soda. So I guess it's a mix.
Yeah.
I don't
You fool, we didn't flavor it.
Yeah, my wife, she likes this. I usually drink the Coke Zeros if I'm in a soda mood. So who knows what this is like? Just club soda.
Oh, yeah. Nice little polar.
Yeah, I like to make highballs. I made a Malort highball the other night. It's a drink. You can drink it.
Yeah. I'm like, a Malort highball sounds like a good way to go at Malort, honestly.
Spindrift sparkling water and real squeezed fruit, unsweetened.
I do like Spindrift, quite honestly.
Okay.
It is pretty good.
Glad you're familiar. We got our tonic water, just normal tonic water with the gin, of course, and pre-mixed tangerine and mango mimosa. Just add alcohol. Classic bar stuff too. We have some aromatic bitters.
Nice.
We also have the True Lime, True Lemon, and True Grapefruit packs. It's the crystallized, essence of it's not sugary. It's just like if you took those orange or lemon juice bottles and crystallized it. And you can just mix it.
Interesting.
Yeah, no,
I've never seen that before.
They're very nice. You can make everything a Bud Light Lime if you want to.
Well, anything that helps out a Bud Light, sure.
And, speaking of that, I do have a Bud Light.
Yeah, there we go.
We talked about being young and your starter drinks. And my beginning of the night drink was always a Boilermaker. Just, cheap beer on tap, shot of gasoline whiskey. Boy, howdy, let's party.
Yep. Mine was Fireball or a shot of Jameson.
Ooh, yep, shot of Jameson's a good one. We have some finishing salt. It's smoked and some Old Bay seasoning. You'd be surprised. It works in some cocktails.
It really does. Same with Tahine.
Yeah. Flavoring. You need some other flavoring. Orange Gatorade powder.
Just a little bit though. Not that much. Flavoring powder.
I mean, you really got to do a lot. And in case, you want to be a bit more special about it, we got Pocari Sweat.
What? Where'd you find that?
You could get powdered Pocari Sweat just off Amazon, actually.
I just never even thought to look for that. So there we go.
I was the same, and my wife surprised me. I said, "Where'd you get it?" And she told me. I was like, "Makes sense."
Yeah, it was really easy, it turns out.
Between them and if you shop on Wii now, they also just, the online Asian grocery store. You can absolutely get it there too.
Oh. Yeah. Huh. Just today I learned major time.
Yeah. All right. Let's make a cocktail. What are we doing?
All right.
So now right, it all comes together. Why? Why did I have my towel in my apron? I'm tending bar.
I get it now. Yeah. Are we trying to make you a good cocktail or a bad cocktail?
I said, and let me check my notes here. I want to give you a chance to be a friend or an enemy. And we also have ice. Plenty of ice.
Yeah, okay, good.
There's a shaker, there's stirring, there's stuff just slightly off.
See, it sucks because you give me so many unique ingredients, and now they're established and they're making all this sort of stuff. I want to see if I can make something good out of this. And I'm thinking but what can I make that sounds messed up but is good? That's where I'm trying to go at this point here. Because okay, at some point, Bud Light's gonna come into it, whether it's a float or something like that, drizzle a little bit on top with some of the crystallized lime on top of there. So you gotta get that Bud Lime on the top. You kind of move into more margarita flavor at that point. you didn't have any tequila, so it's like, well, then what do I replace with that?
I get the
And
mezcal.
then it starts getting real fun there. Of like, this could either rule or suck, and I am so ready for this.
All right.
Remind me of the liquors you have again.
Sure. We have mango pineapple vodka. We have Malort. We have Cointreau. We have gin. We have mezcal. We got Chuhai. We got Carolina Reaper rum. We got Mr. Black Cold Brew. We got Baijiu. We got whiskey. You get it. You get me.
I love the wife vibe is I want you to do better for yourself, so I stopped making you do the thing you were doing.
It was a fun game. We both participated in it. But yeah, there was a certain point. It's like, all right, we gotta change it up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I've rotated the bar cards.
All right, cool. God, and you said that's just the whiskey's just plain because it's just a little bit left, right?
Just plain whiskey.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I think we just have to use a gin. All right, so we have to use a gin drink.
Okay, gin drink.
Just trying to go like through the mixes you had again. You had that. Just add margarita lime mix, whatever,
Yes,
right?
It is wood stove kitchen mimosa, tangerine and mango, natural cocktail and mocktail mixer.
Oh man, that's not gonna work at all. Let's use it. I don't know. I could be surprised. It might work out in the end as well. Who knows?
Yeah. It's
Depends how strong that gin is.
It's been sitting for a bit, a little cloudy at the bottom. I'll make sure I give it some
Give it a
shakes.
little shakeroonie.
That's why we have the shaker too.
Oh, yep. That's exactly right. And then I want you to grab the Carolina Reaper, but you're going to use a very little bit of it, not a lot.
Sure. We have
All right.
2 vessels. We have a marked measuring, and from when I reordered my Malort, I have my Malort shot glass, which is a real hefty. It's a nice shot glass. It's probably the best.
I'm seeing like where you're grabbing from like the bottom and like the rest of it is like, geez, that looks like a chunk.
Yeah,
like
it's like when you get those surprisingly beefy ones at a bar.
Mm-hmm. Dang, that's nice. All right. I'm like going through there. It's like anything else I want to even try to mix with this. It's like we got syrup at that point. It's just not even gonna matter anymore. All right. Same with the gin and the syrup mix.
Okay.
With like, I don't know how you're gonna do it, but it's like the littlest amount, like I guess less than half a shot of the Carolina.
I was figuring like an ounce of the Carolina.
Okay.
We're saying a
Trust you,
shot's
'cause you've
1.5
had it
to
before.
2.
Yeah, I would usually say like a shot's like a 1/2.
All right. We got our ice in the shaker. All right. So we're doing a
Yeah.
full shot of gin.
Mm-hmm.
So let's call that 1.5.
All right.
Nice.
For whenever you look at this camera footage, because you were busy at that time, I snapped to my left here because I heard something. Speaking of wives, my wife was like, "Oh no!" I'm like, "Should I be worried?" Sounds like she's laughing. I hope she's laughing.
All right, we'll do an ounce of this. We're gonna get this sucker up to 2.5 ounces.
Okay.
Okay. Yep. Oh, that's spicy already. On the tongue.
Are you sure you don't want to do like a half first to make sure that you don't off yourself before we even start?
Oh, it'll be all right.
All right, cool.
I'll be okay. All right.
As long as I see the upload go up, that's all that matters.
It'll be fine. All right. So we got that. Add that to our wonderful shaker.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What do we?
Probably
much of the mix?
Take a little tongue off it real quick here and give me your thoughts on it. Like, how punchy is it, or not punchy and just sugary is it?
True. It smells very sweet.
It looks very sweet.
Mm-hmm. It's sweet. It's not as sweet as I thought it would be.
Oh, actually, kind of surprised them.
Yeah.
Maybe an ounce and a half of that. Ounce and a half.
To call a shot. I mean, I also have the Reaper on my tongue, so that might be coloring
That's also
things.
true. Yeah, that's also true. I'm hoping to balance that out a little bit, like sweet and spicy, with unfortunate herbal in there.
Mm. I remember years ago buying a premix from one of the local grocery stores and trying to use that to make some Oh, what was I trying? I was trying to get into vodka. So I made the mistake of buying low shelf vodka, thinking it's just like whiskey. You can buy the cheap. No, you don't buy the cheap stuff. Kids, don't buy the cheap stuff.
No,
It's a bad time.
Doesn't sound like a world of difference, but it is a world of difference.
Yeah, it's like not good for you to do.
Yeah, you can enjoy your drinks. It's fine. It's okay.
Booze can be good for you.
Yeah.
All right, let's prep our vessel. I'm figuring over ice, right?
Yeah. So do you always just have like a bar cart near your
Oh no, this is for
streaming
tonight.
setup? Okay.
I do have a mini fridge off yonder about 10 paces where I'll go to grab beers. But yeah, no, this is just a tonight move.
Okay. I just got real curious at first. I'm like, wow, everything was just kind of conveniently there.
Again, I put some production values in.
Which I am thoroughly impressed.
Well, the whole point of this is, I'm in year 4 now, and I was amazed to make $2,400 last year. And I said, well, if I actually put in effort, if I really just push this, how much can I go? And since it goes to, my local kids hospital in Mountainside, New Jersey, why not?
Yeah, exactly.
Last year when I did it, that was where I got, affiliate, right? That's the low thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't even trying. They just said, congratulations. Like, all right, sweet.
Cool. Thank you for hitting the button that you could have always hit, Twitch.
Wait, they can just arbitrarily do stuff behind the scenes?
Yeah.
Get out of town. All right.
Crazy. Yeah.
Looks good.
I was going to say, looks nice.
It smells like a good, sugary floral cocktail, which, you mentioned you were a sugar one. I like a girl drink, to steal a Dave Foley phrase, the girl drink drunk sketch. Do we want to garnish? We do have the finishing salt. We got the bitters. We got the Old Bay.
I was going to say...
It's a smoked salt. It's nice.
Yeah. I was going to originally do the lime crystal stuff on it.
Oh.
But I kind of like the idea of the Old Bay. I'm not going to lie.
I was making cocktails with a buddy recently at a game night, and we were just trying to make something work. And the Old Bay was a really good topper.
Yeah, there's just certain seasoning and spices out there. It's like, just add it to whatever. It works good. Balsamic vinegar glaze, more specifically. Old Bay, tahini, curry powder in as a whole.
I got our little Old Bay on it.
Yeah.
All right, anything else you can think of?
No, not at this time. I think I would love to see what your reaction is to the base drink.
The base drink. All right, Boombaye.
Cheers, that's all I got.
Oh, there's that Reaper. I said, I need to take a tug, right?
Yeah.
Because just a little sip, I know I'm going to get it. I needed to get everything. Yeah, I'm not really tasting the gin. It is a lot of the Reaper.
Oh, wow. Really got overridden.
Oh, it's strong. I'm going to finish this.
Okay. All right. So it's not a complete disaster.
No, it's certainly spicy. How much is Reaper? Largely it's the Reaper, but the Old Bay is certainly adding a little bit to that. I think this is a perfectly cromulent drink you've come up with.
Nice. Working completely backwards with things I can't taste. Let's go.
So you refer to it as the base drink. Do you want to stick with that as the title? Do you gotta want to workshop a name now?
No, not anymore. The base drink is it.
That's the base drink.
I guess you could call it cromulency or something like that, though.
Cromulency.
Yeah,
Ryyudo,
it's the cromulency.
Ryyudo's perfectly cromulent beverage.
Yep, and just like a shrugging emote after it. Just. It's like, yeah, I didn't realize that the Reaper was that strong of a beverage. I wonder if maybe you cut that in half. If it could be more cromulent now.
Yeah.
I have to find one of those.
It's nice. I will send you a screenshot when we're done.
Oh yes, please do.
So, geez, man, we got a drink. You've caught some of our normal Cardio Soul streams. Not that proper marathon outlined above. We kind of mentioned this. I'm in my 40s. So given what you've seen, just watching on your own, given what you've learned tonight, learning about Ryyudo's perfectly cromulent beverage, what sort of pitfalls and perils do you see for this sort of challenge in general, but specifically when, somebody's just really running past the, I don't know, let's just say the midfield part of their life, to put it in a sports analogy? As a former sportsman, I played a little ball.
Right. It's like you're getting to the point where you already had today, where it's like you're gonna roll the dice that morning, and your body could just decide like, yeah, we're just not feeling it today. Your back hurts, your knees hurt. You didn't sleep well enough. Anxiety got you for some reason. That is like the most ironic major pitfall. Like the actual event itself, completely under control. You'll be absolutely fine. Nothing's gonna go horrendously wrong unless, I mean, even if stuff breaks, you have plans backed up on plans anyway. The actual run itself, I think, will go a-okay. I think it's just whatever dice you roll that morning and or night before is going to make or break that run in terms of how hard or easy it is. Because I'm starting to get some of those little bits and pieces where I'm like, I'm just waking up and it's like, shoulder hurty, and that's just my entire day. Tension in the neck, pulls it down here, head hurts all day too. Damn, I just have to work through it now.
Yeah, it's fun, aging. I got into, my endurance sports. Just, I lived up in Maine. There was nothing there, so it's like I'm just gonna go run 15 kilometers for fun. And again, not a smart man. I absolutely will push through injuries. I'm just like, I should stop and walk back. It's like, gotta hit it. Got hit. So I have, like I said, I got the compression hose I wear on the calves. I got some real, Mad Max Road Warrior looking knee braces with the metal reinforcement on there. Really, I try to keep the lower part is in place and locked down as I can.
Good.
Last time after we were done, it wasn't that bad. Little bit of bruising, or not bruising, but just abrasions, I guess, from where the little rubber grippies on the knee sleeves were hitting me. But, we got Aquaphor. We'll just put Aquaphor on this year.
Yeah. The rest of it, the second part of worry comes from, well, what do you do in the aftermath to take care of yourself? And you more than probably anyone else, having been in the sports realm for so many years, definitely knows about recovery, and I have all the juices and pearls of wisdom to just slap on my body and or brain to make myself feel better.
I thank you for giving me such credit. Last year, I woke up, I ate 2 croissants. We purchased down the street. They do a wonderful 30 tacos for $30 special. So we got a couple of those. I had some tacos to get some. I figured I should eat some greasy meat, so I have something to maybe help soak up the booze in addition to, the bread. It's a fun time. And, speaking of fun times, I had a fun time talking to you today.
Yeah, it's been absolutely wonderful getting to see you mesmerized through your adventure.
Well, I do exist. I'm somewhat tangible. People, if you're watching this, clearly you know where to find me. But if you're interested in Ryyudo, I have some great news for you. Ryyudo can be found at twitch.tv/ as I said before, RYYUDO, and same spelling, RYYUDO, at the Blue Sky, as you mentioned. And currently, while I was writing this and we're talking, co-host until it's sunset.
Yep. I don't know how soon you're going to get this out, but it'll be locked down from new posts at the beginning of October, and then it closes down for good at the end of the year. So you can see all the stuff I posted. There'll just be nothing new there, but I make some pretty good posts, so you should check them out anyway.
This should be the second week of October, so it'll be locked down but still existing.
All right. Don't check out my co-host unless you really want some new media material.
What if they need perhaps a primer on Ryyudo? Go to the co-host,
right,
and then go to Twitch or Blue Sky.
Yeah, ain't dead yet, baby. Let's go.
I have numerous patches and pins that say "ain't dead yet" or "not dead yet." All right, I'm in that club.
I need to join that pin club as well. That's a good one to have.
Yeah, it's quite nice. But yeah, like I said, I was granted affiliate last year. Fantastic, love it. I can have more reach or special features. Yeah, great. Like, hey, those Bezos bucks, kick them over. I'm just again, I have a job. If I get the payout, I just send it to Extra Life. Why not? Hey, just like, why would you let the rich dodge taxes, right? You can do that by donating. If you got those Bezos bucks, hey man, link that Amazon Prime to Twitch. What is it, like $2 we get? of that $5, I get 2, and I think I'm like 2 more people away from the next payout, and that's just I'm gonna donate it, and I'll donate it to one of the incentives that's bad for me. Maybe it could be Ryyudo's perfectly cromulent beverage.
That's true. It's not even bad for you. That's perfectly in the middle. It's officially okay.
I keep drinking it. It's still spicy.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's getting cooler.
No, but this would be a good one because I'm able to enjoy as we have this conversation. Which yes, it's wrapping up, but we're still just 2 guys talking here. I can just sip it at my leisure. I will have to just neck it. I'm gonna have to neck it in November when this happens.
Yeah. You got all that nice little heat in there, so
it's gonna be a good one.
Right.
I think because it's just your normal right, Roxy. We do have the kind of 8-ounce juice glasses. I think what we're gonna do, if it's a cocktail, I feel like it's fair. This just we pour it in here with some ice. I think that's a bit more fair / in the spirit of things.
Right.
I'm not dodging a bullet. I'm still gonna be getting hit there.
Yeah, it's just a matter of like, look, this makes me drink it a lot faster, and we can get back to the cardio, the action.
I'm still getting a unit of alcohol in for whatever boss I have defeated.
Right, exactly. So that's important.
I'm not a smart man, but I got a bit of I'm a bit of a scientist. I got 3 degrees that say science on them. All right, so despite my idiocy, clearly somebody thought I was smart enough to get those, and you got to balance the scales. Kids, it's me, your humble math teacher that left teaching math. Always balance your equation, guys. You're killing me. This synthetic division. What is it? Everywhere. How do I reach these kids?
Just balance the scales. Just tell them, hey, look, you do one good thing, you do one bad thing, you balance scales. Look, life just works like that. Tell me you're not going to use math anywhere.
Yeah, we're going to algebra our way out of this hole. Ryyudo, it's been great. You got any parting words or questions or comments or concerns?
Ironically, I think I've let all my concerns the entire time. Firing from the hip the entire way there, so that was pretty good. No, I mean, think seriously. I first heard about this from Ilian, probably like about a year-ish ago now, maybe like a few months ago as well, probably fresh off your last one, and was saying that, you've done a lot of good stuff around that and everything like that. Here's the kind of stuff that you do for charity. It sounded bonkers and awesome, so I had to click the follow button to never miss out on a future one. And it sounds super exciting, and I'm really looking forward to it. So both good fortune and good luck.
Thank you. If you want to get a taste of last year, well, no, if you want to get last year, all right,
yeah,
the VOD's up.
Hopefully.
It's on YouTube. You're watching this on YouTube. You can find me. There is not the video of me doing the steppies because, I just said, let me just get this done. This year, I know I can do it. We put in some production values. There's stuff mounted to the ceiling. I've removed the drop tiles. I've used my ability to cobble together stuff quick and dirty, for the kids in the best way possible. So, we got multiple cameras. If you've caught the streams as they've been going for Cardio Souls, I now have an optical sensor to replace, because all of the stair steppers they tend to fail. Shocker. So as we mentioned, I've had 3 that have two that have failed. Yes, my 2 backups. The step sensor also tends to crap out pretty quickly. So what I did, if you've ever gone to a museum and you walk in and you hear that clicking sound, right, when you go through a doorway, I bought one of those optical sensors and I rigged it up. So now every time the stepper goes up or down, that triggers the device to increment the steps, and we have another camera that just does that, 7-segment LED display. And that's what's in the lower right-hand corner of the streams now, covering the souls or runes since I started up another Elden Ring as we're recording this.
I was very curious about how you were making that work. I'm glad that curiosity has now been sated.
Oh yeah. No, it's just I said I know this is a solved problem. I do not need to program an Arduino. Somebody has to just have a thing. $40 on Amazon.
Easy. Once again,
done. Sold. Coin of the realm. Let's go.
Right. So, like I said, you seem very ready for this year. There is nothing stopping you from existing in gaming, I guess, at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's I think as let's philosophize here. I think, if anything, I'm the person that's going to stop me from doing what I want to do.
Exactly. And had that conversation with someone earlier today as well. It's like, you can always hope for someone out there to be there and like be the person that can save you or fix you or whatever. But like, no, ultimately, it's gotta be you. You are in control of your own self, and you're the one who has to make those steps, make it happen. And you are going to be making a lot of steps to make things happen.
Yes. All right. Hey, I remembered. So speaking of steps, as you had mentioned, you're saying how many you do. I do about 7,000 an hour. That's kind of seems to be about where I'm hitting. Mm-hmm. We're looking at, I think 7 hours ish. So we'll definitely have some sort of betting thing going on. We have additional, and this is, again, hey, we're plugging this. I stream in the morning at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. People are there, people are not. I'm doing me. I'm trying to get, eyeballs on this. I thank you. I thank Ilion. I thank everybody that's helped out. So there'll definitely be some sort of bet with a reward. We recently had Canadian deathmatch wrestling legend Lufisto donate a bunch of autograph photos. She was not feeling up to doing a recording session, but said, can I help out in any other way? What if I give you some photos? So there's, a $5 donation to get in the raffle for that. I think we can absolutely just, if you guess the numbers, I'll have some sort of something I mail whoever gets it. We'll go Price is Right rules. I think that's the best, for what the total number of steps is. The unit that I bought is good in case we have a power outage. Don't worry, it stores whatever the last step was.
That is incredible. Holy crap.
So again, I'm kind of trying to, as much as I can, help myself get through this and just really just get as clown shoes as possible for the kids, for a good cause.
Yes, of course. Always for the kids.
Yeah. Well, it's been fantastic.
Gosh. Yeah, it's been absolutely wonderful, Geoff. Thank you so much.
And this drink is surprisingly fantastic. Come tune in when, who knows who I'm fighting, how much weight is strapped to my body, what other bad incentives are going on. We are almost at the incentive where I have to do the DLC. It's mandatory, but not just mandatory. So here's the thing about Dark Souls. If you do the DLC before you fight the puppy everybody loves, you get an alternate cutscene before the puppy fight, where the puppy sadly realizes who you are and then, gets the big sword to, try and slice you down. So we have that. We have pain mode, as I mentioned, that's $2,000. In between those two goals, there is also, actually there's two in between. We have one, which makes good old Snake Legs, the Dark Sun Gwendolyn, a mandatory boss. My dear friend Donnie, he had an ex that was kind of a jerk that was obsessed with Gwendolyn. So Donnie laughs when I fight Gwendolyn and just really, really cheese the fight by launching, big arrows in good old Snake Legs' head. So, why not make my friend happy while also helping children?
Yeah. You don't gotta be children to be helped either.
Donnie also is, a child care worker, so it's just wheels within wheels of helping kids there. The one I'm really hoping we hit, though, is I believe you are familiar with good old Teddy Rass. Teddy,
yes,
loves doing those Dark Souls randomizers, the enemy and randomizers. So I'm willing to do that if we get to, I believe it's 1,750, and currently we're at like 1,375. So it's pretty close. The bosses will not be randomized. I gotta, I don't want to spend 12 hours, right? I gotta at least an 8-hour shift at the longest. So just just your normal enemies, just them. But if you've watched Teddy, you know that can be real bad. You can have a real bad time.
Yeah. Just the stuff they throw at you there is always very funny, but holy crap, there are some situations that feel unwinnable.
And for the logistics of my run, so last year I played it on the Switch because that was the easiest to do the most glitches that I knew. You can kind of see if, you know, you're Ryyudo, but not you because it's chromed out. There is a PlayStation 5, you know, off to my side. I have been playing on there in the old emulated PS4 mode in the mornings because, again, it's the glitches tend to be easiest to do on console. However, Enemy Randomizer, this is not a modded PlayStation. I'm going to have to do it on the PC. So one of the glitches I do the most, which lets you turn one of an item into 999 of an item, I can't use the controller to do it. I have to use the controller and the mouse at the same time. Keep in mind, I will also be on the stair stepper, possibly with 42 pounds of weight strapped to my body, definitely drinking things such as this. It's going to be a real great time for me to be alive. I'm gonna have so much
and who
fun.
knows how long that I was gonna say, who knows how long that alive part will remain once you get into that whole situation.
I'm really gonna be praying at that point that, you know, the enemy randomizer really works in my favor. Just really just gives me a nice time. As nice of a time as you can get with such a device.
Right. And I, on the other hand, hope it gives you one hell of a time, personally, because it's funny for me and everyone else.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, I hope for me to have an easy time, but ultimately, I want the people to have the most entertaining time. So
that's right.
You know, if I'm cussing and sweating, and I will be, go for it. Like last year too. And you know, Ilya and I talked about this because, you know, he does the marathon streams with the pickles and all that. It smelled like a brewery down here real quick. This is a basement. It's a finished basement. It's a basement. There's not a lot of ventilation. We do have some fans that I've put in. We have been strategizing how to best kind of push the stale, stinky air I will be generating out of here. But yeah, there was a noticeable temperature differential and just bombardment of scent coming in. You know, my normal swarthy Mediterranean heritage musk coupled with all of the booze is real good.
Lovely. Excellent.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that because, yeah, you did say you were in the basement. It's like my office is where I keep my rhythm game pad over to like the right here off camera. I can't see it. I have to leave that door open. I have to turn like the fan on. I have to keep the AC going to make sure like nothing gets over stuffified in here as well. So same hat on that one.
Well, I love it. This has been great. This is probably going to be the longest video we had, so behind the scenes. I said it'd be about an hour. I'll edit it down to 30 minutes. We're at like an hour and a half almost. And you know what?
Yeah.
I'm okay with that because when this comes out, we're really pushing. We're pushing towards the end. I hope you have sat in for almost 90 minutes of Ryyudo and I talking about terrible things I'm going to do to my body for a very good reason, because I want to help children.